It was the early morning of September 20th, 1988, when 19-year-old Tara Calico decided to head out. She was a student at the University of New Mexico, and as usual, she went for her regular 34-minute bike ride. She grabbed her pink huffy bike and began to bike along Highway 47. Shortly after, a suspicious-looking white truck was closely following her. At 12 in the afternoon, her mother Pat and her stepfather John became worried when Tara hadn't arrived home yet. Her parents went looking for her, but their search was in vain. Nothing showed up until the next day when Tara's Walkman was discovered 100 yards off of Highway 47. There were footprints on the ground which led investigators to believe she was in some sort of a struggle. There were also bike tracks as well as vehicle tire tracks along the road. People reported seeing a white or light gray colored 1954 Ford pickup truck with a white handmade camper shell. Despite random sightings of her in the years 1988 and 1989, she was never seen or heard of again. Then, this is where the case took an unexpected turn. On June 15, 1989, a woman who lived in Point St. Joe, Florida, 12,000 miles from where Tara Calico was last seen, was at a convenience store where she found a Polaroid photo lying face down in a parking lot, next to a white van with no windows and a sliding door on the side. In the photo, it appeared to be a teenage girl and a young boy who were both bound and their mouths taped with black duct tape. The photos looked to have been taken inside of a white van. The woman immediately took the photo to the police, and the photo was aired nationwide. Tara's parents caught wind of the photo and was convinced that it was their daughter, Tara, who went missing the year before. Unfortunately, Tara's mother passed away in 2006 without ever knowing what happened to her daughter. She moved to Florida to be closer to the case, and her stepfather is still alive and hopes that someday she will be found. In 2008, investigators announced that they no longer believe that the Gulfstream Jane Doe and Tara Leigh Calico were the same person. According to witnesses, she was most likely unalive the same day she disappeared. Allegedly, it may have been from someone she knew in school. In 2012, a man named Henry Brown made a deathbed confession about what happened to Tara. He alleges that a man named Lawrence Romero had a young woman's body wrapped in blue tarp in a basement. He said that Romero claimed to have accidentally hit Tara while on her bike trying to get her to notice him and his friend Leroy Chavez. They claimed they abducted Tara and sexually assaulted her. Brown claims that they said they unalived her when she threatened to call the police. Brown said Romero Jr. and Chavez got away with the crime because Romero's father was a sheriff at the time, and they covered it up with one of the boys' parents. He believed Romero and his companions placed Tara's body in a pond nearby one of the houses and disposed of her bike at a junkyard. When the police were closing in on them, Brown claims Romero Jr. said they moved her body to the basement. He also alleges that Romero Jr. wrote a note confessing to unaliving Tara, but it was destroyed. The man came forward in 1991 and told the police that Romero had confessed to him as well. In 1991, Romero Jr. unalived himself. Even with the testimony of witnesses, no charges could be filed since Tara's body was never found. Tara is still considered an endangered missing person, and her sister Michelle still has hopes that they will find more information about her disappearance.